We are live. We are live, and just coming in on the tail end of me saying, I feel like we're going to blast off when the producer gives us here's the countdown, which the whole purpose is so you don't know how the sausage is made. So I'm sharing that. They give us a countdown and when to start. And it's, I feel like I'm ready to go, blast off, start your engines, something.
Do we want to blast off from here?
I want to.
They got a lot of stuff blasting off over here, those volcanoes.
You're not kidding. You're not kidding. So welcome back to this session of Maximum Octane, and I'm your host, Kim Hickey. This is my co-host, Mr. Jason Patel, and my wonderful colleague who doubts everything that I say.
Oh, I never doubt anything. I just don't know half the stuff you're saying.
I have my own personal Google fact checker for every meeting and the minute I say something, Jason's eyes, I just see him. He's like typing away.
We all need one of those.
Yes, we sure do.
So we have Mr. Doug Robison with us, and he is the Director of Sales and Partnerships at Optimize Digital Marketing. That is a lot of words.
That's a lot of letters.
So ODM.
ODM. Yep.
ODM.
That's the optimized version. ODM.
That's the optimized version of Optimized Digital Marketing. Okay. So we're gonna talk about a few things here. In Doug and his company are wonderful partners of ours, and they have got incredible success and ROI for our members. And so we'd love to work with people that we're not going to get phone calls going, what the heck, did you recommend them? And that is, we should do a whole podcast on just recommending people and the responsibility of when you ask somebody for a referral.
Yeah. How that can backfire.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So let's make sure we cover that on a future one coming up. But luckily, we don't have to worry about that with you. And so it's just been a wonderful partnership, and it's always just great to see our members, like I said, get that return on the investment. So one of the things that most business owners, whether they're in our industry or anything else, is faced with is, do I have enough time as the owner of the business to wear 500 hats? When do I start outsourcing?
Oh, Kim definitely has time to wear 500 hats.
I saw her suitcases. She's got about 500 of those.
She has a suitcase just for hats. It's ridiculous.
I have a rack in my bedroom that holds like 40 hats. Listen, I have other things.
She's the definition of a hat rack.
I am a walking hat rack. But with that being said, it's when do you start taking off those hats and giving them to someone else? When do you delegate them? When do you figure that you can trust someone and let that go? And so many times, I think our members and even just anybody in business, they have that paralysis by analysis and they freeze up. So they know they don't have time to do it, or they don't have time to do it well. They know they're inconsistent, but they don't even know, because there's so many choices out there. There's just so much. And people hear SEO, social media, and they lose their mind. And it's not just Facebook. Just for everybody listening, in case you didn't know, social media is not just Facebook and TikTok. So
it is many, many things.
And SEO. So really, probably none of you should be doing this on your own, for sure. So,
well, you can't keep up.
You can't. You have to be an expert in this industry, and in the field the field of SEO and marketing and all of those things, to be able to keep up with all the things going on. And so if you don't have somebody that studies that all day long, and and this is not a knock on any business owner, it's impossible. There's teams. You have teams of people that full-time just study everything that's happening and the trends and
absolutely
what's going on. So how could you possibly expect that you would be able to do that yourself?
Like you said, we have teams fully dedicated to learning the algorithms, learning what Google, Facebook, and all the other ones are changing this week, because every week they're changing, coming out with something new. So you have to stay on top of it.
I like how you said this week, because that's the reality. Ever since we've been at, did you say it this morning? But Waikoloa Village.
We're at Waikoloa Village. Yeah. Look at my background.
It's not fake.
I love it. I'm going to do a screenshot of this, and that's going to be my background.
Green screen it. There we go. But with that being said, right, we are here, and we have been talking about how fast technology moves, right? AI was like, the hot thing about a year and a half, 2 years ago. Look at where we are at with that now. I mean, we've got microwaves, we've got washing machines coming out with AI. Now, some of them is just buzzwords. But with that being said, technology moves so fast. What's going on this week might not be happening next week. And this is where you have to have somebody that's dedicated. And even if you have a marketing person on your team, there's only so much that they can stay on top of, because as you said before, and as you said, marketing is not just Facebook and Google, right? It's everything. And you guys
It's a
specialize
huge
more in
mix
digital.
from everything.
Yeah.
Could you take a moment just to explain it, just algorithms? Because I think there's a lot of people that don't even understand that part and
Yeah.
why it's so important to be properly posting, because it's not just let me make a post and do it a ton of times or share things. There's stuff that goes behind the scenes, that the things that crawl the web and all of that. So can you explain a little bit for
Yeah.
somebody that might not be
So-
familiar?
The easiest way to explain it is if you take Google, for example. Every 30 to 45 days, they have what they call a spider. It goes out there and crawls all these different directories and pages: Google, Facebook, Yelp, Instagram,
Even TikTok.
about a million different things.
Blogs, TikToks, all of that.
And they're looking for how your customers are responding, both reviews, what they're saying about you, how often you're posting, the type of content you're posting. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. So you have to make sure that you're following the best practices that each one of these platforms put out. That way, when Google sees it, you're active, you're doing relevant, and that gives you those gold stars to help stand out more and help your organic SEO come up higher.
I love that. If everybody can think about that for a moment, you could very well, if you are finding the time to dabble in posting things, you might be doing that all for naught, because if you're not using the proper words and coding the pictures properly and doing all of those things, you might be spending energy and time on things that are not going to get results because they're not going to be looked upon favorably by the algorithm spiders. That just, it makes me like,
Makes you
It-
crawl.
well,
a
it
little.
makes
The
you-
spiders make me crawl. Have you seen some of the spiders here?
No.
Oh, I saw one yesterday when we were walking back to the room. It was like this big. I thought we were in Australia for a second.
oh my gosh, my son, I think everybody's already knows my son's in the military and does all kinds of things, but there's a, where he goes sometimes, a camel spider. If you want to be terrorized, look up,
No, I'm good.
look up what a camel spider looks like.
You guys do it at home. I'm not going.
It is the most horrifying. It is like what nightmares truly are made
I
of.
see
And they're
enough crazy animals where I live.
they're
Where'd you live?
giant
I'm in Arizona.
Oh yeah, you guys got some crazy stuff.
scorpions.
Scorpions.
Tarantulas.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Well,
I don't miss that.
Go ahead.
But to kind of build off of that too, it's important to understand that if you stop following, like say you're posting 5 times a week on a social platform, because that's what they recommend, and then you get busy and you forget, and you start posting once every other week or once every 3 months, that can have severe consequences for everything that you've worked so hard to build. So once you start, you have to continue. Otherwise,
You're starting from day one.
yeah, you
And
might as well start
sometimes
over
even
brand new
worse.
business.
Right. And even sometimes worse. Okay.
Well, and this brings up a good point also, right? Where you said, what I do want to preface is doing something is better than doing nothing, first of all. But it does matter how you're doing it.
Yep.
And as your name
Well,
suggests-
I'm going to tell you, I've seen a couple of posts people have made that I think they would have been
Oh,
better
okay.
off doing nothing.
Well,
There's that.
there's always that extreme, right?
Okay.
But as far as you should be doing something, whether that's getting Google reviews and stuff like that, right? If you are making posts that are relevant, if you don't have it properly titled and all of that, yes, that is going to affect performance because it's not optimized. But regardless, we do this with cars, where if you have an auto repair shop, it's a given that you know how to fix cars. Otherwise, you shouldn't have auto repair shop. But even with our auto repair shops, we had to get to a certain point before we were able to do that.
Yep.
We had to know how to fix a certain amount of vehicles or a certain type of vehicles. And now we are constantly improving upon that.
We had to have the tools and all of
Well,
the
exactly.
just
proper
like social media,
documentation.
the cars change every year. The technology,
Yes.
it is crazy. They're driving computers now.
So how does somebody, let's just break this down really basic and simple. And for those out there with the paralysis by analysis, when should you reach out to another resource and start looking for somebody to do that kind of stuff for you?
Honestly, you should do it day one because you are in the business. You start a business to make money, whether it's a hobby or not. You're still doing it because you have bills to pay and you need to grow the business.
Hats to buy. God,
Hats to buy.
things.
So whether you're trying to get your name out there or increase your car count or your average ticket, you need to do some type of marketing, whether it's a big campaign or a basic one, but you need to do it the correct way to get those type of results. So it's important to team up with somebody that can help you do that.
So I love that. And let's expand on that a moment, because so many times we even hear with people with coaching, when you talk to them or anything else, that no, we're going to wait till we get busier
Oh,
until we hire
yeah.
somebody this, or we're going to wait. We only just opened. We don't need a coach. And it's like, that's exactly when you need
Yeah.
a coach, when starting to make sure you avoid a lot of the pitfalls. And so really important, even if you don't have a big budget, find something. And I know there's people out there will be like, I don't even have an extra dollar. And it's like, I watch and I see people that say that, even people in my personal life that are always crying, and they check in at Starbucks every day. They
Goodness.
do, they have whatever, that was $2,000 phone. They have whatever crazy car payments.
Yep.
If something's important to you and you really want to start it out, there's sacrifice. There's sacrifice with it. And sometimes you got to give up, doing some things and put a few dollars, even just start somewhere.
You look at it too, you have to break it down and you have to get really basic with it. When you look at hiring an outside company to help you with your marketing and ads, they're usually going to be cheaper than having your employees do it. You got your techs that are making X amount of dollars an hour. You got you that's worth $100 an hour, or you could work with a company that is a fraction of that. So it helps you become even more efficient. You can get more done. You can do more of what's important for the business to keep growing on the inside. Let the professionals bring the people to the door and you take care of them there.
I love that. And the return on investment, that's the other piece I think people don't realize. The return on investment, because people do a horrible job of tracking any kind of marketing or anything they do. So they don't see a lot. So we've established that just start from day one. And if you've been in business for years, and you need to start now. Consider this your day one. Wake up. So now, next question that I think paralyzes everyone is, how do I find the right person? Because if you Google marketing or anything else, there's so many companies or so many people, and there's college kids that are doing it online, dabbling it, so many options. And I just, oh my gosh, I hear people, well, my neighbor down the street, their kids whatever in the whatever class in high school, and they're doing, and I'm like, holy cow,
my nephew Billy does this. He can help you.
So how do you find the right partner?
That's a great question. It really comes down to, what are you looking for? What type of campaigns? What are you trying to do with your business? One of the things that we strive on is creating things that will fit you for what you're trying to do at the current moment and be able to pivot. We're not going to do it for you. We want to partner with you, because then we get the best results. If you're going to be our inside agent there, helping feed us of things happening in the local community and things like that. So you need someone that's going to partner with you and understand the industry that you're in and what your goals are. And that's the best thing that you can do. And I encourage anybody that's looking to interview 3-4 companies and really get a good feel for what's going on out there.
That's great. And something to think about. And that's one of the other things we see in marketing. Sometimes, I know it's your pet peeve, makes you crazy, is that one size fits all.
Oh, no.
And just like when you have a customer come in the door, you have to understand their buying personality and treat each customer differently, because they're a different person. We have to think about that with our marketing. And when I see, drives us both crazy, we're on Facebook with a lot of our members and even non-members, and
they have the same post across.
I'll get 50 things of, it's snowing outside. Well, my shop was in Arizona.
It snows in Arizona.
It snows there.
Flagstaff, or kind of up north, not where I was. But when somebody's sending out for marketing, and a business in Tucson, Arizona, saying
get your snow tires,
right?
Imagine that.
It's crazy.
Yep.
And when you think about, one of the biggest things that I get upset, and other people at the dealers, when you get those things of, it's, you have 100,000 miles or 50,000, whatever it is, and you don't have anywhere near that driving pattern. It's just, it's a generic something that went out. So when you're in your business, there's so many different modes that you're going through. Do you need to focus on retention and the people that's coming in and increasing their visits? Or are you trying to get, X amount of new customers, acquisition? All of those things have to be taken into consider. Some people want to expand, and move outward, and have a bigger reach. So you have to have somebody that understands that and is not going to have that same post for 40 of them. That's like, I know every quarter my page is going to get flooded.
It's my biggest pet peeve when I go look at potential clients without knowing who they're with. I can pretty much guarantee who they're with by either how their website's built or the type of ads and the post going out to all their different platforms, or even how their reviews are being answered.
Yeah.
I can usually tell pretty accurately where everything stands.
So I kind of want to build off of what you said earlier, right? With the, working with somebody that's there. You want to partner with, because at the end of the day, no matter who you hire, if you hire a marketing vendor as the owner, if you're just starting out, you're still going to have to do stuff. This is not
it has to be
handing it off.
It has to be a partnership to be successful.
We love our acronym.
Of course.
Our acronym. So it's no DIFM. It's
I don't know what that is.
Do it for me. Where's Hype going? For a second, she got me there too. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's not a do it for me.
So, and the reason I brought that up, so I just did a roundtable kind of on marketing in a sense, right?
I was in there.
Yeah. And Red Hawk was there. So Red Hawk is a ATI client, and
who's now at 6 locations.
And that's exactly where I'm going with this. And the locations, I mean, they're far apart enough, but they're not that far apart. They're all kind of in that LA, Orange County area.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're looking at this, and even, shops that have locations that are only a couple miles apart, the community is different. Your target audience is different.
100%.
So you still need to partner up with a marketing vendor and not DIFM, like Kim said. You have to feed them that information so that way your vendor can make the best kind of approach.
Yeah, and another piece of that is so many of those guys that have multiple shops within a close proximity, but like you said, they have different customer bases. They have to get out of the mindset of, I only need one listing or one page for all my businesses. No, because each one should have their own, because the communities want to interact with the teams that they work with.
Right.
So you have to have separate setups for each one to get the best results.
And we see this with like bigger corporate companies, right? Like let's just put Firestone out there, or Discount Tire. There are people, and there'll be multiple of these in one city, which they're all in driving distance, but people have a preference because they want to go work with that team. So exactly what you said, even if you have multi locations, people like who they like at the end of the day.
I have 3 Firestones within a 5-mile radius of my house. And you go online and they have it listed, Van Buren or Pebble Creek. So you know which one you're working with.
So we've established that you need to do it right away. And then we've established that you have to partner with somebody that understands your needs and what's specific and unique about your business and your community. And especially if it's, I almost said MSO, multiple shop operations, they have to understand. And the importance of partnering with them, and again, not do it for me, is who's going to do the pictures for your website or for the postings, or who knows what's going on that week that you're giving away Easter eggs or, candy or whatever it is. If you don't partner and tell them, and it's like a relationship, like anything else. I think that's something that people are so quick to be like, oh, they, basically you should have read my mind. And how did you not know that every third Tuesday I wanted to do a something? So yeah, it's a relationship, and you have to share with whatever partner you're with of, here's what's working, here's what's not. I'd like more of this. And if there's a reason they can't do more of that, then they'll show them. So let's talk about, because again, SEO is not just Google. And what are the things that people really need to be concentrating on right now? You started talking about a website. It's shocking to me. I keep hearing you don't need a website anymore. I'm like, who told you that?
That is the craziest thing that I hear at regular, or my website's fine and it's from 1980. Yeah. It's still got little graphics on there, right? People have to really understand that everything works together as a collective whole. And the best analogy that I put that in there for is, you have your brick and mortar store. You have all these nicely paved roads that the city put in there that drive people into your parking.
Well, depending where you live.
True.
But okay.
But you got some type of road, right?
You have a road.
Hopefully it's not a trail. But
oh, man.
So you've got that. Now what you want to do is you want to take your social and digital marketing and look at it in the same light. Your website is an extension of your business that can answer questions 24 hours a day. Most people don't realize that the websites get hit most after hours. They're doing it as they're laying down their kids to bed, or
we just talked about that the other day. We work all day, and we don't have a lot of time, in between when we have to do anything or schedule a vehicle or do anything, we're doing it at night or the weekend.
Exactly. And that's That's a beauty and a danger of technology, right? A double-edged sword. But the social media and all the different directories are those paved roads that are bringing people there. So you want to give them the most concise and direct path to your website, which is your business. And they all work together. If you look at the trajectory of how people are using the internet today, it is a complex maze. It's going from your reviews to the website to social, back to your website. And they're doing that all in a matter of seconds because of this power of the smartphones that are attached to our bodies 24 hours a day now. So they have to be on top of everything.
It's only a matter of time before we become a smartphone.
Before we're replaced by one.
Oh, there we go.
I'll never forget the first time I was walking through like Nordstrom's or something past the boot where boots were. And on my phone, a boot ad popped up and I was like, it made me nervous for a minute of like, holy cow, how is this even happening? And
Well, that's a good point. How is this happening? And how many of the shop owners or anybody that's doing the marketing in your shop, do they know how this is happening? And if they don't, how are we going to make it happen for us?
Yep. And that all comes down to the proper marketing campaigns and using the tools that are available. You know, earlier you said AI was a big buzzword.
Yep.
And still is.
Yeah, of course.
But what a lot of people don't realize is AI is not brand new. It's been around since the 50s. It was big data. That's how Walmart and Amazon and Target and all these department stores gathered information so they knew where to have the right merchandise, how to market to you, and get that information out. And now all we've done over the years is taking that information and enhance it, make it better, get quicker at it. So we're just using the information that we've collected over the many years and using it in different ways. So it's great to use if you do it the right way. You can't rely 100% on it.
Yeah, everybody sees ChatGPT coming up with all these blogs and all that.
Yep.
That's not new. It's all old information that has been processed a different way.
Yep. And you look at it, Google has always been AI.
Of course.
You ask a question and it produces answers. So now it's just getting more intelligent.
Yeah, there's better answers. It didn't used to be good. Now it's good. Now it's great. But how are we helping that, right? And this is once again, this is marketing again. And what I mentioned earlier, do you want to be popping up on people's phones? Do you want to be in that area? This is what we have to decide. What do you want as a shop owner? Some shop owners, they don't want to be popping up for oil changes. And if that's the case, because we have too many oil changes already coming in, this is where you have to really tailor the approach.
Yep.
And I think this is exactly what you came into this podcast with is you have to find the right partner for you.
Absolutely.
And I love how you brought up, you have to interview multiple partners. And this is with everything that we do. I mean, just think about how many shops did that customer that you have now, that's your lifelong customer, how many other shops did they go to before they found you?
Yep.
Right. And ideally we want to make that the first time they find us the right away. So how do we get there? And this is where we have to work with our teams.
Yep, absolutely. The crazy thing is you can't set it and leave it. It's like getting an oil change. You have to do it X amount of miles, otherwise you're going to break your engine. You know, the ads and marketing is the same thing. You've got to keep it relevant. You've got to keep changing it. And your goals are always going to change too. So you have to stay on top of it.
can you talk a little bit about, because one thing that we see all the time, we go through P&Ls with our members and start trying to look and figure out where their money is and where's it going, and teaching them to use it with intent and be able to read a P&L and, you know, even all of those things. But a lot of people are signed up with so many different marketing companies and they overlap just a crazy amount of the services, but they don't ever know when we ask, you know, if we see a campaign or we see they spend X amount of dollars, you know, it's on their P&L or they upload it in our portal for marketing, advertising. We're like, well, what is this? Well, I did this campaign, that campaign. Well, what was your return on investment on that one? I don't know.
Yep.
Well, who can you, or we'll notice something in there that doesn't look right, you know, in the ad itself or in the posting. And we're like, can you get with, you know, whoever? Well, I'm not really sure because I use this person for AdWords. I use this one for the
all one of 8 vendors.
Yes,
Yeah,
I use this person for the website. I use this one for Google reviews. This person sends out texts, and I'm like, how are you even? So they don't even know. The business owner doesn't even know who's doing what.
Yep. That's one thing that is a struggle especially in our industry of being in marketing, because there's a lot of competitors out there, a lot of businesses that do similar things. But if you really break it down, each one of them are really good at some things and just okay at others. So finding the ones that are good at what's more important to you, and then you can backfill with the other ones that are good at the other aspects of it. Because a good marketing company should play well with all the other vendors in the sandbox, because the ultimate goal is to give the customers the best results, which is getting more customers to the door for them.
And I'm just making up a crazy scenario. If you told me your specialty and superpower is websites, but not the geofencing and all, do you have people that you can recommend of here's who really understands and we know they have proven tried and true to work with geofencing?
Yep, absolutely. One of the things that I do as my title is I go to a bunch of different trade shows and I network with the other vendors to see how we can make a better solution for the customer. I don't want to go and develop that stuff on myself. So we're going to partner with the right people. That way we have a book that we can say, okay, you want this, let's send you over here. Well, we're not really a great fit for you, but I know that these guys can take care of you. Because ultimately, I want the customer to have the best experience, whether it's with us or not. I want them to be successful, because that's going to have bigger umbrella.
I thought you just wanted to go to Hawaii. That's what that.
Don't tell my boss.
So let me ask you this, 'cause something else we hear often, we're like, you need to get a new company for your website. Like you need to update this thing. It's from the very first when websites were created, and then they're the people won't give them permission, or they don't have the code, or they don't have the key. Like, how is that you're paying for this? What do you mean they won't give you the access to do?
A lot of people don't realize that even if you hire a company to build you out a website, that website URL is still legally yours. They cannot hold it because it's an extension of your business. But a lot of companies don't allow the dealers or the customers to go in there because they don't want them to break it. Because
makes sense.
A lot of guys don't know what they're doing. They think they do, but they don't. So that's where some of that restriction comes in. But they should still have access. They should have ways to communicate with that business's web team to get those things done. Because that's what they're being paid for on a monthly basis, is to manage that website. So if a dealer needs something updated or switch out pictures or create a coupon or anything like that, that's why you need to partner with the right people that are there to help you along that journey.
Yeah, to build off of that, I mean, this is very important where the domain, the URL, is usually retained by the business. But if you don't have your own hosting where all the website and all that's actually being housed, everything has to go somewhere.
Yep.
If you don't have that, then obviously it's going to be whoever's your partner that you're partnering up with marketing that's creating that. They have to find a spot to house it. When that happens, usually they have access to all of that. Now, there are certain stipulations. I know every vendor probably does it a little bit differently. Content. If you're creating the content, like the shop is creating the content, usually they will have access to that content.
If you go to leave, that content you can take with you.
Exactly.
So like if you give any pictures or write any content, all that stuff is yours and you can take that with you. But anything that was provided by the company, say like our generic pictures, or we write some generic service content just to help get the website up and live. You can't take that and go somewhere else because that's property of the company that built it.
Like everything has a back end. The same thing with cars, right? When we have cars, there are certain manufacturers that don't allow certain scan tools to do certain things.
Yep.
Because they want you to use the factory software so you don't screw something up, really. And that's usually the way it works. The same thing with this. You only have access to what's yours. You can't just go off of somebody's plate and just steal whatever they have on their plate. I mean, you could, but it's not ethical, right?
We've run into that a few times.
Yeah. Now, with that being said, this is why it's very important when you're doing these interviews with whoever you're going with, your marketing vendor. These are the questions that you want to ask, and make sure you're getting what you need for your business. And ideally, it should be a one-stop. Like you go with this person for your website because they're going to meet your needs, but then they're going to grow with you. So you want to figure out exactly what you need right now, find that vendor that's going to fill that need. And then like you had mentioned before, they can backfill all the other stuff as time progresses.
The other thing too is you want to make sure that the website partner that you go with is going to keep working on the website behind the scenes, regardless if you're in contact with them or not. Because the worst thing you can do is have a website that's stale. It's going to lose ranking very quickly.
Do you do any kind of coaching or consulting with your customers when they don't have good ideas, when they don't have the best ideas? It's still shocking to me how many times I'll click on a website for, it could be any business, but because we're in automotive, we'll use that. But it's like a local shop that works on all makes and models, and their picture is all Porsches and
Teslas.
And
They don't even
you know, all these,
work on
and they don't even, or
I go to that website, I'm like, I can't afford that guy. I'm going to go to the next
yeah,
guy.
or it looks like a dealership. You know, and it's like, why? Who are you working with, and why are they not being honest with you and giving you the feedback to say this doesn't align with what you said you wanted or your image? Because if I go to bring my Porsche or something else into a shop because I'm seeing all the pictures all over it, and you know, there's 30 broken down Ford trucks. I love Ford trucks. I drive a Bronco, so this is not a ding on.
Well, that's
Old
called,
one or new one?
New one.
well,
I
Ford
wish
is
I had
called
an old
fix
one.
or repair daily.
Or
Found on road dead.
There we go. Right.
I drive a Ford too. So
Oh, stop. I'm a Ford fan too, in a sense. I like Mustangs.
I love Ford trucks. I don't
I like the classic Mustang.
Yeah, same. Fastbacks.
Oh, those are beautiful. Okay, so the coaching, I'm just thinking
For
now running through.
ideas.
Yeah.
No, I'm running through on my cars that I've had. Yeah, so we can discuss.
Are we the right
it.
host for this? Because we both have squirrel brains. Like, we're just
I started running down all of my cars and BMWs and all of the other stuff that I've owned, but I love my Ford truck. I'm a Ford truck girl. Or if somebody just says, listen, because you know, you said in the beginning, they have to work with you. They have to tell you what they want to do and all. What if you don't know? What if I come to you and I'm just like, listen, Doug, I don't have a clue. That's why I'm hiring you. I need some ideas. Are you
We get that a lot.
okay?
You know, in all honesty, as we're going through and building everything, we go through what we call a 99-point inspection ourselves. With you, asking questions, asking what your goals are.
You're making my love tank full.
I love it. And if they come to us, like in your scenario, you know, you work a lot on the Chevys, the Fords, and all those, but you're highlighting all these high-end cars. We're going to go, Kim, that's not really going to go in the direction you want it to do. But if you're adamant about it, hey, only it's your website and you hired us, so we're going to do what you want us to do. But we're going to tell you that I don't think that's going to work right, and this is why. Usually we end up going back and fixing it our way anyways. But
and we do this as coaches at ATI, right? Where you know, we always ask for permission. Hey, can we give you a suggestion or a recommendation? We let them tell us their ideas, and then you know, we know what the best practices are.
Sometimes they're horrible.
but
We never say that, right?
But honestly, when we are talking with potential clients or even current clients, we're interviewing them too to make sure that they're the right fit for us. Because again, it's got to be a joint partnership.
I like that.
Unless you're on the other end of, no, we're not taking you.
It's not an easy conversation to have, but
Oh, we have to have it too. I mean, there's a lot of people want to join the program and it's not a good fit because we know they're not going to be committed and we know they're not going to, you know, they're not really serious about making changes. They're looking for some magic bullet, and that's not a fit for us. You know, there's things you have
What's
to
a magic bullet? Aren't bullets meant to hurt you? So shouldn't it be a magic pill to fix something?
would that be like the Matrix where you can bend it and go around?
Oh, okay. So you just take out your competition in that case.
Well, you could do that, and also there was a whole thing with see, look, we're going to go down a whole other rabbit
I'm
hole.
sorry.
Have you ever watched JFK with Kevin Costner? They talked about the magic bullet that hit JFK because when he showed the trajectory of where they said it came from, like it would have had to go through and around and up and down and go. So there's all kinds of conspiracy things, but so magic pill. We'll use magic pill.
There we go.
We'll use magic wand.
The red.
I want magic wand.
Red and blue.
Yeah, there you go.
You do like magic wands.
I want a magic
They
wand.
go with your outfits.
Yes, I know. I need a magic wand.
If there's another outfit today,
Come on.
oh my goodness.
Of course, there's another outfit.
There's still another one?
We have the trade show tonight.
So you're going to so is it toning down or toning up? What are we doing here?
What would you think for the trade
Up.
show?
Way up.
It goes up higher than this?
Yeah. This is my wallflower outfit.
Wow.
This is my subdued. I just want to blend in today.
So are you toning up as well?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm going all Hawaiian.
Okay, there we go.
I got the grass skirt and all.
Oh, wow. Okay, with the coconuts?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Well, awesome. I'm still thinking about my magic wand and how I'm going to decorate it. And it's going to light up. So We learned a lot here today about picking the right partner, and don't let paralysis by analysis freeze you. You need to do something, and it's not anyone's fault, and it's not a negative thing against any of you. That you need to partner with somebody for this stuff. You can't. It's a full-time job, and as Jason mentioned, even if you have somebody on site, if they're working on all of the things for your marketing and branding and all of that, they're not going to be able to full-time study every single thing that's coming down the line. So
Exactly. Choose wisely.
Choose
but still
wisely.
choose. Don't just keep analyzing.
right,
You
do
gotta
something.
choose. Do something. That's it.
Do something with those interviews.
There we go.
Do something. And I love what you said about, interviewing a few companies and making sure that you have the right fit. Well, it's always a pleasure to chat with you.
Absolutely. I enjoy hanging out with you.
Thank you.
Can't wait
too,
for
you
can't-
too.
I'm on the side. It's okay. Can't wait for the trade show. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna tone it up. So.
I have some extra things.
No, I'm good.
I have some extra things in my room because somehow I miscalculated and brought more outfits than I actually
Wow.
need.
Did you really?
I did.
Is that possible?
I don't think so, but we'll find out. There's gonna be 3 outfit changes. Then.
You should. Yesterday at the Olympics was pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was. Well, if you guys are not ATI members or you are ATI members and didn't come to the Olympics, you missed out.
Watch the Facebook page.
There we go.
For
Awesome.
that. All right, everybody, stay safe and make good choices. And we will be back from here again live because I love it here. Thank
Choose
you,
wisely.
folks. Bye bye.